Good morning, Ryan Burrow.
Good morning. Yeah, the big question is still why? Why did this happen? What prompted it? We know that 45-year-old Jason Dalton, an Uber driver, is in custody. He is expected to be in court today for an arraignment, likely to face murder charges in the shooting of 8 people, 6 who died, 2 still recovering in the hospital. And one of the injured, kind of an interesting story, the 14-year-old who was in the passenger seat of one of those vehicles at the Cracker Barrel there in Kalamazoo, who was shot. They thought she was brain dead upon arrival at the hospital. About an hour or two later, she managed to squeeze the hand of her mother. So she is still alive, and we'll hopefully get an update on her condition later today.
Ryan, explain to us the story. Is it possible that he picked up Uber passengers in between shootings?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems that way. We know at least before these shootings took place, there was a pickup around 4 o'clock. These shootings started about 5:45. There was a pickup around 4 o'clock, and the passenger said that his driver, who at the time was Jason Dalton, was driving erratically, answering his questions very calmly, but he seemed to think it was a very bizarre situation and driving at bizarre speeds, and just something seemed to be out of sorts. Now, there are also reports that there may have been other passengers picked up. Obviously, investigators are going through that process right now. That's very easy because all of the Uber pickups are recorded, so it'll be very easy for them to kind of go back and set a timeline for where Jason Dalton was at any given time.
Do we any information on how they captured him? Because they caught him pretty quickly.
Yeah, it came at 12:40 a.m. He was taken into custody. We do know that a semi-automatic handgun was found, but it does not sound as though there was any kind of struggle in bringing him in. So obviously we had some witnesses to some of the shootings, the first being at that townhome parking lot where apparently, according to police, Jason Dalton, or according to witnesses, actually called a victim up, the suspect, they believe, called the victim up before firing the weapon. That victim survived, but at least 10 shots fired. And it sounds as though he also tried to have a conversation, the suspect, with the people in that parking lot at the Cracker Barrel as well. So it seemed as though that they may have had a description to work off of before they were able to capture him or apprehend.
And from all accounts, this shooter had no criminal past and nothing in his past that would alert somebody that he might be capable of doing something like this.
No, and that adds to the mystery. You know, why did this happen? There just doesn't seem to be any kind of background on him. Uber says that he passed their background checks without any problem. So Uber will continue, it says, to assist the police in any way necessary. But at this point, just so many questions as to a motive.
Ryan Burrow, ABC News, live in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Ryan, thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
6:56, Big 5.